So we are joined again by the wonderful, most beautiful Jane Baker. Thanks for coming again. So we know that Reese is training for an Ironman. So obviously if he's then running, how far are you running, Reese, at the moment?
Anywhere between 25 and 30 Ks a week, probably at the moment.
Okay.
Well, up until
this happened.
hurt my foot, yep.
Okay, so what would have been your longest run?
15.
Okay, so then
15k.
Yeah.
When you run the amount of load that's going through each foot, they say 6 to 8 times your body weight
when you run,
when you run.
when you walk,
1.5.
so a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of weight through your feet.
Absolutely.
And what we always say with injury is you're looking at load and volume, and if you suddenly decide you're a normal 5k runner, or you walk 10,000 steps a day, and you suddenly do 20,000, or you decide to do a 10k run, you're doubling.
Gets annoyed and,
Lots of things get
I
annoying.
understand why.
For sure, yeah. Here's an interesting little analysis that I give patients when they are recovering from an injury and say to me, can I go running? So if you put somebody on a treadmill and you look at an average stride frequency on a treadmill, it's about 180 hits in a minute. So between 100 total, so 150 to 180, but let's say 180. That's 90 hits per foot per minute.
Yes.
Okay? So in a 10-minute run, that's 900 hits per foot.
With 6 to 8 times your body weight.
With
going
6
through.
to 8 times your body weight. So you get patients
Really?
who've rehabbed and they're walking up, they used to run, they've had an injury, whether it's plantar fasciitis or I don't know, Achilles issues or tib post issues, whatever. And they feel fine, they go, oh, I just want to go for a 15-minute run. And I go, well, you haven't even done any jumping or hopping or impact work yet. And in 10 minutes, that's
10
900.
times 90 times 80 kilos.
Exactly.
Times by
Yeah.
7, let's say.
So
It's a big number.
It's a really big
it's
number.
a big number, and even to me, every time I say it,
That's
someone,
insane.
I just had a patient who had a midfoot injury that we're rehabbing, and he got in touch with me during lockdown and said, oh, I can't go to the gym, I want to run. So I said to him, he'd been doing the jump hop drills. So I said to him, okay, you can do this really structured walk run program, and I have a really structured program that I use. And he decided to completely ignore that and start running 5k.
Right.
And did 3 or 4 and re-injured. And we started again, and he's now I just saw him today. And
Now he's listening.
He completed 900 impacts in clinic today, completely pain-free.
Wow.
So now I'm ready for him to
2-minute run.
do the walk run program and build up impact and tolerance and endurance. And
So before you get someone running after an injury, you'll look at how many contacts they can do in a session with you pain-free to then get them running again.
yes, yeah. So I want to know that they can tolerate.
So it's not just 10 hops.
No. So I think one of the standards was they can do 30 single heel raises. This is if you look online, what do I need to do? Rehab from an injury. What's the criteria? And in some places, it's single leg balance for a minute, 30 single heel raises, and walk for 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can go for a run, but no criteria of how long that should be. And that's a minuscule prep for return to run.
I mean, especially if you think 30 minutes, only 1.5 times your body weight every time you're taking a step, it just pales in insignificance compared to the force that you're going to put through in a 5-minute run.
Yeah.
Like
What do you guys do with return to running? Do rehab schedules?
Yep.
Do you?
So mine's 10 single leg bounds, so be able to hop 3 times, repeat that 10 times, and control landing.
Forward.
forwards.
So triple hop.
Triple hop on one leg.
Right.
And be able to stick that last landing.
Yeah.
Be able to do that on multiple occasions, and that's normally where on top of a couple of other things, but that's where I generally tick people off to get to do like 30 seconds running, a minute walking, 30 second running, a minute walking, which regular runners absolutely hate. But now I'm armed with my statistics that you've just given us.
Everyone's in trouble who comes to see you.
Conversation's going to become a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah. So my return to running program, and I appreciate there's probably an infinite number of return to running programs, but the one I used was actually, we used to work for the military, was one of my jobs, and it was one that we used there. And it's slow, but for the ones that you want a really structured program with, it's great. So it's basically a 30-minute program divided into 6 lots of 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Each 5 minute is divided into a walk and a jog section. So you, for example, your first one would be 4.5 minute walk, 30-second jog for 6 repetitions to get you to your 30 minutes. So that's still 2.5 minutes of jogging, which is still like almost 2,000 hits.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, no, it's 90, 180, 250, still 250.
Yeah.
So it's still
significant. Yeah.
And then you basically repeat that session twice, and then you change in increments of 1 minute. So you do 4-1, 4-1, 4-1, 3.5, 1.5.
So each one you pull up pain-free, you do 2 of those. Yeah. Progress to the next.
If you have pain, you go back to your
previous pain-free level.
Previous pain-free level, but it's a really nice structured way, because if you say to somebody, right, you can go for a run, and they do 20 minutes and they're in pain, you don't know whether they were in pain at 2 minutes or 18 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you want super control over that return to run process, it's a great way of doing it.
I'm putting that well and truly in my toolbox, Jane. Thank you.
But like I said, there are infinite return to run programs with percentages and
so what would you say that they should all include? So for clinicians listening who haven't got as much experience in the foot and ankle, what would you say every return to running program should include?
So they need strength. Well, if you want to go everything, they need mobility, they need strength, they need impact training, they need balance training, and then cardiovascular. You can't just send somebody out for a 20 minute run.